Shuckalaka kapow. How's it going, old schoolers? You're kicking it old school with Russell JS, and I am your host, Russell JS. I am back for another album versus album, track versus track. Um, Tonight on Kicking It Old School, I had mentioned in the last video that I was going to put two of the greatest hard rock acts of the 1970s ever to grace an arena stage against one another. The third of their first three albums. What we got going up against one another? You wanted the best, you got the best, the hottest band in the world, Kiss Dressed to Kill, versus the Bad Boys of Boston, the dynamic nucleus of the frontman and the lead guitars, best known as the Toxic Twins. My favorite album by them, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Now, these two albums were pinnacle in the 70s. I mean, Aerosmith was already selling albums and selling out arenas. Kiss was constantly on tour. This is the third of their first three albums, and they weren't really selling. And what had happened was, while they were on tour in support of each album at the time, they were writing songs on tour, and they were also, recording demos and everything just to keep getting the Kiss name out there. And to me, these are two great albums by two of the greatest hard rock bands in the world. And remember, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit a like, subscribe, leave comments in the box down below, ring that bell at the bottom for notifications, and tell me what you think. Give me your feedback, and, you know, help build the channel. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, anybody that is old schooler, whether you're a tail end baby boomer, a generation gap between the baby boomers and the Gen X, or you're also a you're a first end millennial. Check out this channel, help build it up. Let's kick it old school. And without further ado, let's see how these bad Oscars rank out, shall we? Okay. In the battle of Kiss Dressed to Kill versus Aerosmith Toys in the Attic, as we go by each of the tracks on the album. From Kiss, Room Service versus Toys in the Attic, I had to go with Toys in the Attic, so Toys in the Attic gets a point. Two Timer versus Uncle Salty. I loved both these tracks. It was a hard decision, and then I thought it over and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give each of them a point. Ladies in Waiting versus Adam's Apple. Once again, it was a no-win situation, and I have to give them both a point because I love them both. Getaway versus Walk This Way. You know what? I had to easily go with Getaway because Walk This Way is one of those songs that constantly has been played to death on the radio, and it's seemingly among other songs that they play to death, like Dream On and, Janie's Got a Gun and Crying and Dude Looks Like a Lady. It's one of those annoying ones. So I have to give it to Getaway because you know why? Ace Frehley wrote it and Peter Criss sings on it, the drummer. Rock Bottom versus Big 10-inch Record. It's Big 10-inch Record is kind of cheesy. I mean, it sounds too much like 1950s. And, they were in a new time when that song came out. It's going up against Rock Bottom, which was written by both Gene Simmons and Ace Frehley and sung by Paul Stanley. So I think Rock Bottom rocks harder than Big 10-inch Record, so I'm giving it to Rock Bottom. Come On and Love Me versus Sweet Emotion. Now, this is another thing where I love them both, where I can't just pick one or the other. I mean, if you've never heard this track, Come On and Love Me, it's, by Kiss, pull this up. It is a great song. I mean, it really rocks. As a matter of fact, when they were making a commercial for Europe to promote Kiss Alive 1, that was the track they used, and they mashed it with Rock and Roll All Night. And you know what? I have to, and Sweet Emotion, that beginning intro, Tom Hamilton's bass, he's just really bluesing it out on the bass, and Joe Perry's got the talk box going, and then the band just goes ahead, kicks in that groove, and Steven Tyler and Joe Perry are doing harmony vocals. I mean, it rocks. Sure, it's been played to death, but you know what? It rocks. So I'm giving both Come On and Love Me and Sweet Emotion each a point. Anything for My Baby versus No More, No More. You know what? I'm going with No More, No More because Anything for My Baby, they're laying down the drum beat for Rock and Roll All Night, and it's just like, yeah, it's cheesy and it's corny. So I have to go ahead and give it to No More, No More. She versus Round and Round. Um, Again, both songs rock. They kick. They got that gutsy hard rock drive to them. It's pioneer heavy metal. So they both get a point. Uh, Love Her All I Can versus You See Me Crying. Easily. I mean, You See Me Crying sounds, you know, it's just too soft and too slow for me. So I got to give, and Love Her All I Can rocks really hard. So I'm giving it to Love Her All I Can. And well, since there's 10 tracks on Kiss Dress to Kill and there's only 9 tracks on Toys in the Attic, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's Rock and Roll All Night versus A Blank Space. And you know what? Rock and Roll All Night, usually sometimes the Blank Space will take a point, but I'm going with Rock and Roll All Night. So now the end result is Kiss Dress to Kill versus Aerosmith Toys in the Attic. Kiss Dress to Kill with 8 points, Toys in the Attic with 7 points, and I don't believe this. I mean, if you can for me, because I hardly go back to all the old videos I've already done, if you can for me, go back, because I think, I forgot who it was that I pinned Love Gun against, Kiss's Love Gun album, but I do believe Love Gun took the win, and if that is true, then this is the second time in one of these, because Kiss normally doesn't take the win for any of these, except if they go against each other, because right now, the winner of this album versus album video is Kiss Dress to Kill. And a lot of you may be more Aerosmith fans, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, how could you do that? Was it?" No, I mean, I go back and listen to the albums from front to back, and I listen to the songs and I mark it. I kind of put a dot on each track on whether or not I like the track, and it just comes out that way, whatever wins. And I love both Kiss and I love Aerosmith. They're near and dear to my heart. And you know this is unexpected for me that Kiss actually took the win for this. But that's going to be it for this video, and the next time, oh boy, there's going to be, I mean, you're probably going to say a lot when I do this next track by track, because I'm going to be putting Kiss Alive up against Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers Pack Up the Plantation live. So we'll see how that one goes. But at any rate, I do have to, pretty soon I got to go get ready for bed because I got to go to work in the morning, because, I don't have enough subscribers yet to where I could do YouTube for a living. I would love to do this for a living and not have to work a regular job, but you know what? I always keep in touch with reality, knowing that I just can't quit my day job and, go do this because I'm not getting anywhere with it right now, but I need your help. We need to, I need to help. I love that I've got 161 subscribers. And I want to say to all 161 or maybe 162 of you, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you all for, you know, subscribing and kicking it old school with me. I wish you would leave comments sometimes in the box because you never really do, but I do get thumbs up on the videos. And the one right next to the attempt on the Transformers ride through that I'm really getting the thumbs up on is the ride through of Disney World's Haunted Mansion. I got like I think 950, and the 950 views, I call that the happy haunts. I'm hoping that we can get to 999 like the ride, and maybe room for 1,000. Any volunteers? but I see a lot of that, and I'm very grateful to all of you. I mean, some people will say, hey, 161 or 162 subscribers just isn't enough, but you know what? It's better than nothing. And I want to thank you all. I mean, some of you I know, some of you I don't know. I know personally, some of you I don't know personally, but thank you. I mean, I feel truly blessed that I have, that many subscribers right now. And I love you all. And I'm thinking up videos as I go along, like while I was getting the this track by track ready, I was putting together the other track by track with Kiss Alive versus Tom Petty Pack Up the Plantation Live. And I'm getting more others in the works, and hopefully I could get up enough money and do some kind of adventure like I did last year, but this time make sure that there's no self-disappointments, no self-doubts, like what happened last year with Universal and Disney. And I want to talk about that in a way. I don't know if I mentioned this in another video or not, but I think what it is was while I was there, I mean, there were a lot of long lines, especially when I was at Universal and Islands of Adventure. And both times going to Universal and Disney, I think I know what really happened, why things didn't work out. I didn't get to make the videos that I really wanted to do. I was looking around, just walking there by myself, and I saw all the families. I mean, I saw the families with kids. I saw, the boyfriends and girlfriends together, the husbands and wives together, the groups of friends. I was there by myself. And, I can remember thinking to myself, I have nobody to hang out with, nobody to talk to. God, I feel lonely. And it was very lonely, but I think in many ways, because there was a lot of things that happened in the last 4 years. And there's a lot of things that I probably, had to clear out of my head. Because, you guys have been with me, through it all. I mean, I even made a video 4 years ago when I was booted out of my daughter's life. And I'll tell you, the last time before that I went to Disney World, I went with my daughter when she was 7, and it was her first time. And out of all the times I had been there, it was the best, to me, that was the best time ever. I mean, I never had a better time at Disney World than that time. And you know what? I think the next time I do that, any kind of endeavor like that, either I'll go with a girlfriend, I'll go with friends, or I'll go with my girlfriend or friends. Or if I do go by myself, just clear my head out of negative and just be confident. But, it's all in the past now. I'm not even thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm just living in the now. Oh, and how do you like my shirt, by the way? This whole, it's what this is. It's a collage of Star Wars. And it's all the movies, including the sequel trilogy that Disney put out. I mean, there's shots of BB-8 on here. But no, I didn't see no Kylo Ren. But Obi-Wan is on here, Yoda's on here, Boba Fett. I mean, very few of the prequel trilogy characters as well are on here. But you know what? I think this is really cool. I found this is brand new. I bought off eBay for like $32. But yeah, look at that. It's supposed to be like a stained glass, like like a stained glass window. I mean, the only thing is they got the way they did the Millennium Falcon. They got that wrong. The Millennium Falcon's cockpit is supposed to be on the right and not the left. But you know what? I'm not complaining. It's a cool shirt. I enjoy wearing it. I love it. I treasure it. And, along with other cool shirts like this I have as well. I mean, I got some of them from 20 years ago, like a Led Zeppelin collage, the whole entire album cover of Kiss Love Gun, and Spider-Man from the first movie. I mean, to me, it's like, this is just like the coolest design ever. But at any rate, this will be it for this video. I got off track, but this will be it for this video. And again, if you're new, feel free to subscribe, leave comments, hit a like, leave comments in the box down below, ring the bell because future videos will be coming out. And as always, to all my other subscribers, all my other fellow old schoolers, remember to kick it old school, keep it real, keep it fresh, keep it chill, kick it old school. Listen to your favorite old school music, play some Atari, play some Intellivision, ColecoVision, Odyssey, Vectrex, Nintendo, whatever classic gaming console suits you. Watch some your favorite old school movies, your old school favorite TV shows. Get you enough of love, get you enough of peace, get you enough of tranquility, uh, get you enough of less drama, no drama, get you enough of less chaos, no chaos, and Godspeed. May the force be with you always, and shuckalugga kapow.